Hello and welcome back to Mass Effect. Well, we are currently doing side missions, and there was something interesting that I found in terms of how the game calculates some things when I was testing some weapons. So let's look at some things. See, we have the Armageddon 10, which actually has more damage and more shots before overheat. Has lower accuracy rating, although I don't think that's much of a problem. And it has 6.6 shots before overheat. Now, high explosive rounds say plus 5% heat generation. So if we take this at face value, that means that every shot generates the same amount of heat as 6 shots, because it's plus 500%. And I have 6.6 shots before overheat, right? If I put on 2 frictionless materials, just to be on the safe side. Yep, we still overheat. So that makes me wonder how it's calculated, and I think I know how. If I use sledgehammer rounds or something, kinetic coil, and I don't know, combat optics, I guess. That was 4 shots. That was not 6 shots. What? Oh. That's because sledgehammer rounds also has minus 20% heat absorption. Okay. All of these mess with your heat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, okay. So it basically takes into account your rate of fire and the cooldown that you get in between. That is quite interesting. So with this, I'll be able to fire quite a bit more often. But in any case, 1 shot is like 1/3 of the gauge. Which means that in order to not have it overheat, you would have to lower it down into where it's 1/6 of the gauge, which is quite a bit of a change. It might be possible with better frictionless materials, but it's still a bit of a long shot. But anyway, we're done with this planet, and we're going to go somewhere else. First, report to the Admiral.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Good work, Commander. You took down the biotics with minimal collateral damage.
Thank you. The justice has been served. It doesn't matter much that there were casualties, because that's what vigilantes care about. Justice.
I'm sorry we lost some of the researchers, Admiral. The biotics knew what they were doing.
Nobody could have gotten out of there with fewer innocent lives lost. You saved a lot of lives today, Commander. Fifth Fleet out.
Yep. And now I think we're done with Hades Gamma, once and for all. And we have 2 general choices, the Armstrong Nebula or the Kepler Verge. And there are 2 quests in Kepler Verge, one in the Armstrong Nebula, but the one in Armstrong Nebula is with the geth. And I kind of want to check out how Tali can handle them, so let's go there.
Message coming in from the brass at Arcturus. Patching it through.
Normandy, Admiral Hackett here. We're getting reports of a marked increase in geth activity in the Skillian Verge. Surveillance drones have identified geth outposts on 4 different planets in the Armstrong cluster. We need someone to take them out.
More Admiral Hackett, yay!
We have any idea what they're after?
Hard to say. They may be just gathering intel on us. Or maybe they're setting up staging grounds for hit-and-run attacks on human colonies.
It could be the first wave of an invasion.
Let's hope not. We need someone to investigate this, Shepard. Finding Saren is still your top priority, but you've got experience fighting the geth. You're the logical choice to take out these outposts. We're transmitting all the locations of known geth outposts in the Armstrong cluster to the Normandy now. Admiral Hackett out.
Alright, yep, there are 4 systems in the Armstrong Nebula. Hong, Vamshi, Tereshkova, and Gagarin. Well, let's start like this, I guess. And let's read our journal first. +8 Paragon points. Not that I needed that. Geth incursions. The Geth have begun setting up a number of small outposts in the Armstrong cluster of the Skillian Verge. You must eliminate these outposts before the incursion becomes a full-scale invasion. Yep, eliminate Geth outposts. Eliminate all 4 outposts identified in the Armstrong cluster. The outposts are located in the Gagarin, Tereshkova, Hong, and Vamshi systems. Sure. So it doesn't really say a whole lot more than that. But before we do that, let's go talk to some people. Also, need that, okay. Doctor.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
Nothing about Liara's current state? Nope. Okay.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
And let's just ask Liara if she's okay.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Nope. Doesn't look like there's anything that we can actually ask her.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Okay, well then let's ask Hayden about his opinion of the last mission.
Anything you need, Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I'm glad there aren't many aliens like the Thorian. I don't think my stomach could take it. Hell of a deal you worked out with John, though. If I ever get a speeding ticket, I want you to be my advocate.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
We're all in for the duration. You can count on everyone to do their duty.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Alright. Yeah. Capitalizing on the rough appeal of the colony. Alright, well, let's just go and explore the star system. Maji. Maji orbits the Vamshi binary giant stars. Vamshi A is a blue star of spectral class A43, or is it 4111? Which burns at half again the temperature of Sol. Vamshi B is an aging red giant of class M53, over 220 times the size of Sol. Maji has a thin atmosphere of methane and carbon monoxide. The difference in temperature between the hemisphere facing the suns and that facing deep space causes constant wind. stirring the silica and sodium dust of the surface. Unsavory characters from the Terminus systems occasionally use Maji for forms of cruel sport, dumping slaves, hostages, quarreling shipmates, or even, when bored, vicious animals on the surface. One must kill the other before they will be rescued from the lethal radiation of the giant stars. Far away, somewhat small, long day length, low atmosphere, quite cold, and a bit lower gravity. Pragal. Pragal is an enormous terrestrial world with an atmosphere of chlorine and ethane. Its surface is mainly composed of sulfur with deposits of aluminium. No landing has ever been attempted. Yeah, it doesn't sound very nice. And has okay pressure. Quite cold. And okay gravity too. Terrain insignia recovered. While scanning the planet Pragal, you discovered several marker buoys orbiting it. Chief Engineer Adams secured some high-res optical images of the buoys, which appeared to have been neglected for some time. Each one was marked with the Baetica colony insignia. Okay. Alamos. Alamos is a hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of sodium darkening its atmosphere. And nothing else of importance. Okay, well, we're landing here. And going with Tali. Ooh, that looks pretty. Alright, where are we going now? Over here, there's a geth outpost, and there's anomaly, and there's debris. Well, first for the anomaly, because I want to keep the outpost for whenever we need to heal the Mako. And that is quite the presentation of this planet. Oh, there's ore. Now where is it exactly? Ah, there it is. Thorium deposit. Not quite the same as a thorium deposit.
Redeploying.
What? Rare element surveyed. You have successfully surveyed a large deposit of thorium. I don't suppose that's light metal? Nope. Okay, where are we going? Oh, okay, down there. That's surprisingly nice in terms of terrain. And yep, that is surprisingly nice. Ooh. The larger star reminds me of XMP Freefall a bit. And what do we have here? What do we have here? Hmm? Oh, ancient debris. It's small. Terrain insignia recovered. The strange-looking sensor has some ancient graffiti scribbled on it. It appears to be marked with the Edison colony insignia. Okay, now I'm seeing another thing of note over there. And generally I'm going in that direction anyway. What? Odd skull. Also open? Discovery. This massive skull is scored by deflected mass accelerator shots. The zero biology files in your hardsuit computer can't identify the species. It must have been brought here from an unknown world. Well, we do know that the Terminus systems people tend to dump unknown creatures here, so I guess that does make sense. That probably netted us a codex center or something. Could go a bit there, but I think it's fine if we just continue on this way. No, crash probe. Snowblind rounds 9 and scram rail 9. I wish that was the frictionless materials 9, but I guess we'll find those eventually. That's pretty weird shadows on those mountains.
You need to turn back, Commander. You're going beyond the range of the operational area.
I know. Just trying to avoid too rough terrain. That works somehow. Oh, more ore. It's on top of the mountain, really? Yep.
Moving out.
Beryllium deposit. Oops. Light metal surveyed. You have surveyed a large deposit of beryllium. And there we go. We now have successfully finished collecting all of these things. Survey is complete. You have discovered enough valuable minerals and elements to help the Alliance plan and maintain their future operations. Excellent.
It's over now.
Okay. Yeah, now I just need to continue on this way. Like this. Okay, now where am I going? This is clearly the end of the world. Should be right there somewhere. I'm not seeing anything. Oops. Oh, more ore. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's the ore, not the enemies. No, this is the ore. So what is that?
I'm on my way.
Magnesium deposit. Oh. There we go. Not in the best shape due to the Terran, but I think we can still do this. Oh, hello there. Oh, oops. One down. Okay, and there's some others over here. Whoa. Whoa. And there's some more over there. Looks like this is a pathway that goes up. Interesting.
All targets eliminated.
Yep. Yes, this is a pathway up. Nice. Jammed? What? Oh. Oh dear, that's Colossus. Whoa. No. Ow. Well.
3 more outposts to go. The first step in a long journey.
Oh. That's what they call an outpost? Huh. I thought we would be going inside stuff and doing stuff. I guess not. Well. Guess that's all that we can do here then. For rounds 9, combat exoskeleton, exoskeleton. Alright. Get back to the Normandy. I suppose I should at some point try to go out of the Mako and then hack some of the geth. For fun. And more experience, because that does give you more experience. Yeah, otherwise... simply should go to the next system. Hong. Pomal. Pomal is an enormous terrestrial planet with a very dense atmosphere of carbon dioxide and sodium. The surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of sodium oxides and deposits of nickel. There is evidence that Pomal was once covered with broad, shallow seas. Should a probe ever be sent to the surface, a check for an ancient fossil life might prove valuable. Low orbital period, large... long day length, very high pressure, very hot. So it's pretty much a pressure cooker. Good job. Kazbin. Kazbin is a classic pre-garden terrestrial world with conditions similar to those on Earth millions of years ago. Its hot, humid atmosphere is mainly composed of nitrogen and carbon dioxide. An increasing amount of the surface is covered by simple lichen and algae. Should no unexpected calamity occur, these tiny plants will change the atmosphere to an Earth-like nitrogen-oxygen mix over the next few millennia. Due to its potential for future habitability and sapient life, Kazbin has been designated a sanctuary world by the Citadel Council. Landing is prohibited by law, and any disturbance of the fragile young ecosystem will result in harsh fines and imprisonment. At present, the planet is passing through the debris trail of a long-period comet. Matar. Matar is a terrestrial planet with a thick atmosphere composed of nitrogen and krypton. Its frigid surface is mainly composed of sodium oxide with deposits of copper. Because of noxious surface gases, explorers are warned to use extreme caution. Matar lacks a magnetic field. This makes it useless for discharging FTL drive cores in orbit. The energetic particles of solar wind from Hong strike the upper atmosphere directly, ionizing the krypton. This gives the planet its distinctive minty green-white hue. Nice. Cold. Still really thick atmosphere and small, low gravity. Matriarch's writings recovered. Scans of Matar revealed debris from a destroyed Sari freighter. Further scans uncovered a body, which was brought on board. Dr. Chakwa examined it, but learned nothing about its origins. Among the Asari's personal effects, however, was one of Matriarch Dilanaga's writings. That's cool, but that's not what we want. We need Solarian ID tags. Theshaka. Theshaka is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant. In the past, it was often used as a drive discharge point for pirates raiding human settlements from the Terminus systems. In 2178, the Alliance set up a network of covert sensing devices on Thesaka's moons. Recordings of pirate FTL exit vectors over the course of 6 months led the Alliance Navy to 8 major pirate anchorages. Since the Theshaka raids, no ships from the Terminus have been reported in the home system. Nice. It also looks a bit like Neptune, except it's cream-colored. Alright, and lastly, Triager. Triager is a tiny ice dwarf with a trace atmosphere of xenon and krypton. The frozen surface is mainly composed of water ice and ammonia. Cryptovolcanic processes are gradually repaving the surface with sheets of fresh ice. Alright. Almost no atmosphere. Very small indeed. Very cold. Very low gravity. Light metal surveyed. Scans from orbit have detected a deposit of lithium. Well, we already have enough of that. So that will be all for now, and next time, more geth outposts, with perhaps more fighting on foot. So, see you then, later.